Hello everyone. Today I thought we'd look at Arms and Armor's Horseman's axe. This is a piece that's got some impressive weaponry on it. It is designed as a knightly weapon to be used from horseback and has some elements that make it a very interesting piece to kind of throw around and swing at targets and understand as a weapon. One of the aspects of it that I find interesting is the curved blade on the axe head. This is almost like a single flanged mace with a sharp edge. There's enough heft in this weapon that it does deliver a very forceful blow, but that curved edge helps create a situation where it's focusing the force of the attack. So when it comes in and hits a surface, it's just limiting its contact to that one area. Say a sword was coming down and hitting that surface, contact would be spread across the entire length of that straight edge if it was a flat surface. So when this piece comes down, it really focuses that energy into the target. The backside obviously has a very impressive looking spike, a spike that can penetrate through armor. It's not the kind of thing you probably would be going to try and just poke hole after hole in an armor, but you can really penetrate some steel with that piece of equipment. We've done several tests with it in the shop and poked holes well into the armor itself. In fact, at one point we had the Guild of Metalsmiths meeting at our shop, and it was right after 9/11, and they were refitting all the planes with Kevlar doors in the cockpits. The guys that worked at the airline had brought down a piece of that material. We set it up in the shop and swung this particular point at it, and it buried itself right through that Kevlar door panel. Kind of defeats the purpose of Kevlar as far as dissipating the blow and stuff when you focus it, but just a human being swinging that could penetrate that quite easily. It's an interesting weapon in that weight is pretty solid. If you're from horseback, you would have to swing it and understand how you were swinging it like you would if it was a mace or something like that. But it is kind of a devastating hit when it strikes. The particular piece has a solid steel haft. It's a hexagonal in form. It's covered with some jute string underneath a leather base on the grip. And as you can see, the grip's fairly long. This allows the piece to be grabbed easily from when you're in the saddle, not having to try and fit your hand into something. Plus, if you have a gauntlet on or something, it makes it a little more usable that way. It has a short rondelle on each side of the grip force, and it's just an excellent example of a 16th century knightly horseman's weapon. About 2 feet long and is a real excellent piece if you want to hang on the wall, hang over your mantle, or take it out for some pumpkin smashing from horseback. Great choice on this piece. The original is in the Armeria Real in Madrid. We have done this reproduction for quite some time. I did years later run into its sister in a private collection in Wisconsin, of all places. It was a particularly nice piece. It had a belt hook on one side, as they sometimes did, but this particular weapon is an excellent example of a knightly weapon used from horseback.